All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Charlee Alexander, and I'm a program officer with the National Academy of Medicine. And as Victor mentioned, I direct the Action Collaborative, and I'm very glad that you've all joined us for our first public meeting. So there's tremendous interest in this initiative. We have about 200 people with us in person today, and another 500 participating via webcast. So we would like to learn more about you, where you're from, your discipline, your professional role, and to really begin our bi-directional conversation that will continue into the future. So let me introduce you to Poll Everywhere. It's a real-time audience engagement tool. Throughout the program, moderators will display questions, and participants, both in the room and those participating via webcast, can submit responses either texting using your cell phones or using a web browser on your laptops or tablets. And responses will automatically populate on the screen as we move forward. So everyone, please pull out your cell phones and your laptops, and we'll walk through this process together. First, I recommend that you connect to Wi-Fi to get some signal to make sure this works properly. And if you're using your cell phone, please text Well-Being, WELLBEING, to the number 22333. When we tested this earlier, sometimes well-being corrected to wellness, so please make sure that doesn't happen. And if you're connecting via computer, please go to www.pollev.com/wellbeing. So some helpful tips. There will be a few polls during the session. You only need to text well-being the one time to join. Please don't text it again, or else well-being is going to start popping up on the screen. One-word answers are best for the polls, and there will be a set of questions. Some are open-ended, some are multiple choice. If they are multiple choice, you need to submit your letter response rather than the choice itself. So let's practice. Oh, yeah, all right. We've got some answers coming up on the screen. Looks like big Washington, D.C. contingent, which makes sense. We have Boston, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, Brooklyn, Charlottesville, Melbourne, Minnesota, Winston-Salem, Oklahoma City, Madison, Morgantown, not sure where that is. All right. Great. All right, so we'll move on to our next poll. Looks like we have people joining us from all over the country and as far as Australia. So we can tell a lot of people are engaged in this. It's not just a domestic issue. It has far-reaching consequences. All right, so we'll move on to our next poll. What is your discipline? So remember, one-word answers are best. Just trying to get a flavor for who's joining us today. I'm not sure. Maybe Sky can make it active. It should automatically come up. Well, for the time being, does anyone in the room want to raise their hand and share what their discipline is? Surgery. Excellent. Dentistry. Nursing. Psychiatry. Psychology. acupuncture, pharmacy, family medicine, internal medicine, pediatrics, emergency medicine, podiatry, social work. Oh, here we go, thank goodness. IT? Anthropology, great. Pharmacist. Forensic nursing, great. Do we have any researchers, policy people in the room on webcast? Great. Medicine, internal medicine, nursing, family medicine, radiology, child and adolescent health, law, accreditation, informatics, GME, biomedical. We have an activist, faculty, OBGYN, consultant, nursing, development, great, a wide range of disciplines with us today. We'll move on to the next poll. Hopefully it'll be active. It is. All right, how do you define your primary professional role? So we have some options. We have student, trainee, practitioner, researcher, manager or administrator, patient caregiver, or other. So again, just reply with the letter that you are. All right, we have okay, medical educator. Be under other for now, but we can go around the room and see who the others are. All right, so we have a few students with us today, a couple of trainees, it looks like, many practitioners, a good number of researchers, a lot of managers and administrators, and we have a medical educator. Real time, Duke Engage Fellow. All right, so for some of those of you in the room who said other, do you want to shout out what the other is? Maybe they're all on a webcast. Okay. All right, and then, oh, quite a good number of medical education. All right, so our last poll for this session, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of clinician well-being? Joy, stigma, burnout, vital, all caps, holistic, balance, difficult, essential, overworked, contentment, depressed, difficult to implement, safety, mindfulness, my eyes are going crazy here, struggle, responsibility, critical, ideal, engagement, health, appreciation, empathy, comment on the EHR, positive psychology interventions. Yeah, those are all thoughtful responses, and I'll keep those up while I finish my remarks so that we can see what some of the other feedback has been. So thank you for your participation and engagement with these questions. It's clear we have a wide group of stakeholders from across the country who have different conceptions of what clinician well-being means to them, so I'm excited for the conversations for today. Moving forward, we're going to use Poll Everywhere a little differently. more as a method for collecting your questions and feedback for presenters. And when submitting questions or feedback, we ask that you please be clear and succinct. This will help us better manage the inflow of information and will result in a greater likelihood of your comment being shared with the group. So please keep that in mind. And we can't address all of the comments we received today due to the large number of participants, but please know that we are archiving your responses and we'll use them to inform the work of the collaborative moving forward. So we look forward to your continued engagement, and now I'd like to turn it over to Connie Barden, who is Chief Clinical Officer of the American Association of Critical Care Nurses. Thank you, everyone.